Hey family, I want to welcome you to the family tree. Put your hands together, y'all. Woo! Come on, y'all.
What's up? Hey, everybody.
All right, what better place to be on Wednesday evening with the family tree, hanging out. And I got my co-host back with the most. That's Big B, Bill Morgan. Give Bill a hand. Woo! Hey, Big B.
Yes,
Good to see you, Bill.
Oh man. Yes. Big B is in for round 2. He's doing it, y'all.
Hey. they tried to whoop me, but I ain't taking that food.
He couldn't whoop him. He couldn't whoop him. All right. So I want to say welcome to everyone, and we're going to get started in a little bit here. I'm going to roll down the music, and I want to say to everyone, hope everyone's doing well. Somebody go on mute. Everybody go on mute. Go on mute. Mute. Okay.
There we go.
I think that was me making all that noise through somebody's speaker. Well, I want to say welcome all that's coming in. If you're joining us for the very first time, this is the family tree. This is the place where you can ask all your holistic health questions or just questions about anything, spirit, mind, and body in that order. How about that? And Big B, we always say that there's no dumb questions. The only question is the only dumb question is the one you didn't ask. So we encourage you to ask questions, and if we can't find out the question or the answer, we'll try to find out for you and get back to you. You know, we say this ancient concept of family tree goes back even to ancient times where they gather around a tree to face any situations and talk about what was going on with the village, the tribe, or the family. So that's why we call it the family tree. So we want to encourage you, use this as a resource for you and your family. Also, if you have any questions, remember, we always say your social security. Say it slow, y'all. Say it slow.
Social
security is your family.
Pull us back to the main screen, Dr. P.
Yes, is your family. All right. So yeah, let me pull it off of that. Stop sharing that one. So is your social security. So with your social security, no better place to find the answer to your question is going to be right around your surroundings. Down in the lower part of your screen in your menu, if you have a question or concern, go down to your reactions bar and click on the reaction, raise your hand, and we'll get to you, ask your question for you. You'll go into the box up there where you see at the very top, and if you are someone that wants to say, I don't want to be on screen, but you want to have a question, you can put it in the chat box. I don't know if Prophet is his fingers in here yet. I don't know if fingers in. I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen it yet, but either her or Big B will grab that information and ask the questions as they're in the chat as we're going along. If you're by phone and we cannot actually see you and you missed the prompt that said how to raise your hand, don't worry, just let us know and we'll try to find out, and bring you to the front and get your question answered. All right? That's right. So family, I thank everybody. Big B, we got a lot going on in this world right now, man. I just heard through one of the reports that Fauci, I call him Fauci. Fauci just said that we no longer are in a pandemic.
Under the pandemic. I just heard
Did y'all
that,
hear
man.
that? We are no longer in the pandemic. Do y'all believe that? Does that mean you can whip off your mask and keep it moving? What do y'all think?
Do
all right, we're going. Yeah, I see the nose going already, Big B. They're going like this. Don't believe the hype. Don't believe it. So we're going to talk about all that good stuff today. Got some interesting numbers that are coming through also. So, Big B, do you have our favorite website that we say that, these things are still going on? Give them the latest numbers from our website.
All right, Dr. P. Our quick facts update is about 13 minutes ago. Our total confirmed cases, 511,339,616. Total critical cases, 41,986. Total deceased, 6,251,425. Total active cases, 51,843,285. Total recovered mental health moment, guys, 453 million. 275,602. Glory, hallelujah.
Wow, that's a lot of folks, man.
A lot of folks. That's a whole lot of people.
A lot of folks. A lot of people. And yours is updated. Was yours as of 15 minutes ago?
Yes, at 13 minutes ago. Right.
Yeah, 13 minutes ago. All right, great numbers, y'all. So you can see things are people getting well. People are starting to, they had to drop that mask. Isn't it interesting that we just went from last week saying that, they went one day saying, put the mask back on. Mm-hmm. And then 3 days later, all right, forget it. You can take it off now. And now it's like they're not even in a pandemic anymore. They're in total confusion right now. What does this mean? You can only bank on your immune system. Got it? Make sure that you keep yourself in check. Got it? How's that sound, family? Sound like a plan? All right. So, Big B, we're going to go into our information for the day. Let's see. Do we have any questions on the chat? I think Prophetess jumped in there also. I saw her jump in there.
I saw one up on the really top here.
Anyone have any questions in the chat box? Go ahead on. If not, I'm going to go right on to the top. And let's see.
Go to the top up there. I'll set up the Betty up in the corner.
And grab a couple of those questions on the chat box, and I'll go up to the top. I got Betty in. Betty, what's up, Betty?
Oh,
you first in line, Betty. Betty doing it.
Look.
Betty's in.
I got the trick.
You got the trick.
I got the trick. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for allowing me to ask. I have two questions, if you don't mind.
Okay.
A person on blood thinner, can they drink your NGB or your natural green balance drink?
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Yes. You remember, the NGB is just food. That's it. Some of them will say vitamin K, and anything green is going to have vitamin K. So literally, you can't stop eating food. That's insane. So just keep in mind, it depends on what blood thinner they're on. Do you know which one they're on?
Heparin, maybe. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, you can check with it. Usually you just want to make sure you're not taking it at the same time. Usually you don't take things at the same time as you're taking medication. You always want to take medication separate from everything, because remember, it's suppressive therapy. It's suppressing everything. So if you're taking, something like a green drink, the green drink is simply everything in there is food. Got it? So that means technically you would have to stop eating all food, period, if you were actually taking that. So it doesn't make any sense. But it's a precaution that they're telling people. Got it? So long as you're taking that medicine, you can't take that. And sometimes you'll also have, you'll run into situations where, I remember when warfarin first came out, they were saying you can't have anything green and stay out of the sunshine. Now you put that together. No way in the world.
Can't do it. My other question is
Can I interject something with her with the heparin? This is Nita, Dr. Paul, and Betty. Please try to find out what anti-coag that person is on, because it's more restrictive with the vitamin K if you're on Coumadin, which is rat poison. But heparin is usually given in a hospital. You don't usually take heparin, the term heparin, at home.
Well, okay, I'm sorry. The person is in the hospital, so that's
okay. So that's something different. Yeah, that's something different.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So just keep in mind when you're doing that, you got to be in total communication and transparency at all times.
So it's Coumadin, the other one, and the other question
they usually come home. They usually put you on Coumadin, but they're staying away from a lot of Coumadin, because Coumadin you have to have blood draws. They usually will put you on, if you're going to come home, on an injection, Lovenox, or they put you on the pill Eliquis or Xarelto.
Okay. And remember, the whole point is that they're thinning the blood, and that's what the vitamin K is doing. So that's what they're saying. Don't do it. And also, there's another one, ginkgo. All right. A lot of, believe it or not, they're putting ginkgo in juice now. You'll have a combination of ginkgo and juice, but I think there should be a warning on the juice that has ginkgo. I don't know if y'all know about that. You can buy like grape juice. They have grape and apple and a whole lot of and different ones. They have it with ginkgo now. And I was saying, you know, people who are on blood thinners need to be knowing that, because ginkgo is a blood thinner. And specifically, that's one you do not want to take when you're on a blood cleanser or a blood thinner. Blood thinner. All right.
The other part is the same person that's in the hospital was dehydrated, and they couldn't keep anything down. Everything just went through them, and it caused dehydration. What's your take on that?
What do you mean when they said everything went through them?
Whatever they ate, it was like diarrhea. It just couldn't hold anything.
They're very toxic. Very toxic. Gotcha. See, whenever you see diarrhea anywhere you see a presence of diarrhea, that's the body saying, whatever there is, there's an invader in the intestines, send extra water to flush it out immediately. And that's where the water's coming from, the flush is coming from. So it's really trying to get rid of it. That just shows you how toxic that person really is. Okay. You know, I'm going to tell y'all, we are in a toxic cesspool of everything. It's what surrounds us. It's everywhere. It's the food. It's the water. When we looked at all the different things that, you know, people are being exposed to, I tell you, it's very concerning, y'all. That's why it's, you know, I stress the point. Do a cleanse, colon cleanse, parasite cleanse. If you are not going to the bathroom, there is a problem. Got it? That's a problem waiting to happen in the longer run. So if you're not going to the bathroom, make sure you try to start moving the bowels. That's the first thing. You know, when we talk about sickness and disease, it starts with not going to the bathroom, because it's not going nowhere. It's going to back up. So keep that moving, all right? All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Betty. Let's see. We got Kathleen Jackson. Hey, Kathleen.
Yes. Hi, Dr. Paul. Good to see you again.
Yes.
Okay. So I have two questions as well. Can you just speak about chickweed tea for weight loss?
Yep. Chickweed. Yep. Chickweed is very good for appetite suppressor. And it also deals with sugar control and sugar balance, so it gets rid of cravings. So when people took that, it's so high in chlorophyll, but also very high in nutrients, as far as it's a builder, some magnesium, iron, potassium, that when everything they gave it to started to improve, that means that's where it got its name, chickweed, from the farm. So they gave it to the chickens, and the chickens started getting well. They started laying double eggs, Big B. They started laying double eggs. So they said, wow, if they're laying double eggs, maybe we should give it to the cows. Gave it to the cows. Cows started giving more milk. So they started, everything they gave it to increased their, you know, longevity, and it made them healthier. So that's where it gets its name. It is a appetite suppressant because it's so nutritious. It makes and turns off that signal to the brain called leptin, Leptin. Okay. So the brain says, I'm full. I got what I need. You got it? So it's a very incredible nutrient. You can take it in tea form. I would say take it in tea form.
Okay. And so just like 1 cup of tea a day?
There's no limit. You can take as much as you want to. It is a nutrient. It is a food. Yeah.
Okay, great. So my second question is, can you please explain and talk about Cushing's disease?
Cushing's disease?
Cushing's.
Cushing.
Okay. Now, this something that you have, or is this something that you're speaking in for someone else? Because I would have more.
I'm inquiring about it for myself. I don't know per se that I have it, but I'm going to try to speak to a doctor about getting tested for it.
Okay, so is this basically on an increase of weight after a certain amount of time, or is it something that happens?
I mean, it's an increase in weight over almost a lifetime. I have a host of other things going on, but I mean, I know this is going to sound crazy, but I went to this weight loss center thing at Penn Med Hospital, and the doctor, through the bariatric surgery, they let you go to this like exercise program, even if you don't want to have the surgery. So I did that. He did the analysis that I think you did, that RM3A. body analysis thing on me, and I don't know, he found out a lot of things, but he was the one who told me that I should ask my doctor about that, and quite frankly, I forgot.
Right.
So I have a lot of other things going on now, so I'm like, I need to probably find out more about that.
Right. So if you're, for those who don't know, you're looking at Cushing's is actually dealing with midsection, and sometimes you'll talk about cortisol levels of, levels of hormones being off. But I'm gonna tell you what's going on that you need to check first.
Okay.
The RM3A, number one, is not being done anywhere else. This right here in Philadelphia, we have the 8 risk factors. There are 5 risk factors that they do, but we're the only ones that do 8. And one that we look for is insulin resistance, but it also shows in the gut. Usually the gut is out of balance, and that means the villi or villa. You got to watch the concentration of the foods. Okay, concentration of the food really does matter. Causes damage to the villi, which is what brings the food, turns the food, and brings it into the body. If you damage the villi because of processed food, refined sugar, refined salt, refined oils, but also concentration, means that you can probably look at every situation where there's gain of weight in the midsection has everything to do with your ability to assimilate. You're not assimilating. Got it? So I would start there. And I really mean that because the food is being so bioengineered right now, you can't digest this stuff. And if you're not paying attention to what's going on, and I know you're saying it's been around for a while, but this can go with you for a long time. This can deal with. See, when you're not assimilating, then the body says, well, I can't deal with this, so push it down, push it to the side. So now gas, bloating are some of the symptoms also, but also high-level cortisol levels, which means that if you raise cortisol levels, that's going to cause heart rates to go up. So it causes a lot of imbalance issues, but it all goes back to assimilation. You're not assimilating. So that's what I would check with. When you sat with me, what did we see on there? Was there insulin resistance there?
Well, I didn't sit with you. I had a phone consultation. I'm coming to you in October.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So you got to look with that. It's always the gut. And usually when we start the gut off, we start to turn it around. And now I'm going to give you a couple of things that we can try. Not to diagnose, treat, cure, prevent any disease, just food for the soul. Start off with, number one, we start off with the green drink is a good start. The green drink, I have the green drink, which is the land and sea. But instead, you would take it 30 minutes before you eat. Okay? You would take it 30 minutes before you eat. Usually that's preparing the gut to receive the nutrients that's coming in. Got it?
Okay.
Okay, that's one. The next thing would be going on aloe vera gel. Aloe vera gel. Got it? Aloe vera gel. That tends to help with that. Aloe vera gel. And you would take a couple of tablespoons on an empty stomach. Always an empty stomach, though. Got it?
Okay.
Next thing would be cabbage juice. Cabbage juice. And that's raw cabbage juice. Yep. Raw cabbage juice. You just take cabbage and you can make sure it's organic cabbage juice. And it doesn't have to be a lot. It can just be a small amount. It can be less than a couple of, maybe about 3 or 4 ounces. Got it? Okay. You don't have to be a whole lot. But if you can do as much as you can, if you can do a small 4 ounce to 8 ounce, then you're good. All right? Okay. And the last one would be papaya. Papaya. Those are things that help to regenerate. Now, stay off, and I also want you to look up lectins. Lectins. Okay?
Okay.
Lectins. Lectin. Got it? You know what lectins are?
No.
Okay. See, these are things that they're not. See, they'll come up with these syndromes. So remember, I told y'all, when you see syndrome, what does that mean? I ain't got a clue what's going on with you. That's what syndrome is. And Cushing's is a syndrome. So they say, I have no clue what's going on with you. I'm going to tell you, it has everything to do with the foods. Now, last thing, go to my website, grab the top 10 toxic foods. Did you grab those?
No, I didn't print it off yet.
Go grab those top 10. Stay off those food. Any dairy in your diet? Any dairy?
I just do almond milk.
Yeah, but you gotta watch almond milk also. You gotta watch to make sure there's no carrageenan in your milk. Got it? See, you gotta watch anything that pours slow. What pours slow?
Syrup, honey, that I know.
Syrup, agave,
honey, ketchup,
honey,
molasses.
Yep, molasses. What else? You got a whole lot of stuff. Got it? We got a lot of stuff so there's a lot of things that before somebody puts a tag on you on anything, you got to make sure you stand on point. Got it? Make sure you're doing the right things. And right now, those are checkpoints that we go over when you come in for a one-on-one with me and sit down. Got it?
Okay, perfect.
So we'll go over that. All right, so we'll get to it.
Okay, thank you.
And when you download the top 10 list, guys, this is what it looks like. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I tried to hit the many things that I see, and I'm in family. I'm really trying to say that I see this every day. I see it every day, and folks that come in, they'll say, I'm not processing the food. I'm not going to the bathroom. I'm not doing it. No energy in the gut. I'm tired all the time. Then they look at my blood and they say my blood count's off. My hemoglobin's off. White blood cell count is off. Everything is off. That's because you're not assimilating. Got it? You got to make sure you get this assimilation thing. Once you balance this assimilation, stay off those foods. That top 10 list is it, y'all. I'm going to tell you. You stay off that cheese. Woo!
Lord.
Oh, Lord. Oh, my God.
Have mercy.
Folks was like, man, oh.
Yeah.
I had somebody almost passed out in their chair when I said, you guys got to get off that cheese. She said, oh. Y'all funny, boy. Some of y'all are hilarious. When they get in the chair, Bill, they are hilarious.
Does she?
I had one guy. I had one guy. I said, here's what my findings are. He said, oh, wait, Doc. You're not gonna tell me something devastating like I can't eat meat no more. I said, what? I said, that would be devastating to you? He said, that would be devastating.
Help us, y'all.
Y'all are something else when y'all get in the chair, boy. All right, so.
Thank you very much.
Kathleen. Appreciate you. All right, Big B, you got anybody on the chat there?
Somebody wanted to know, does cheese constipate you? Help me.
Oh, absolutely. You remember, cow milk is for calves. That's it.
Oh, my goodness. Help us, y'all.
We're the only people that we're the only species that continues to drink milk from another species after infancy. It doesn't matter.
Isn't that the truth? Help me now.
Remember it. That's made from the mammary glands of a cow for a calf, not for you. And the calf has 4 stomachs. You ain't got 4 stomachs.
Oh, God.
Some of y'all eat like 4 stomachs, but they ain't got 4 stomachs.
Oh,
I better stop B. I'm gonna get in trouble, Big B. I'm gonna get in trouble. All right. So just keep in mind, you can't do the dairy. If you're watching the dairy tends to be a big window. Yeah. You can do the plant-based milk. The plant-based milk, the plant-based, cheese, the plant-based. They got a lot of good plant-based yogurts, by the way. I've been watching that. They're coming out with that because people know they have, other alternatives, and people are having digestive issues. But also, big one. Let me give you another big one. 2 big ones. Another one is fermentation. We talk about the fermentation a lot.
Yes.
Fermented foods, yes. Anything with the probiotics. We've been convinced that probiotics are good for you. They just took the power right out of you for you to be prebiotic to convert to probiotic. You got it? So we are prebiotic. You got to eat the food that has the proper, nuts, berries, seeds, vegetables, fruits, and then we convert it to those probiotics. Got it? So we are the greatest converters. Don't let anybody take that from you. If they take that from you, then you're going to be not working at full capacity. And then you're going to have digestive issues. Got it? So no fermentation. Got it? And all that stuff is right on that top 10 list, Big B. All right?
Yep. Because, hey, guys, remember this. They're using advertising against your brain.
Yeah.
So you got to, they are very, very slick, So just everything they sell you, Don't trust them until you check it for yourself. That's all I can say to you.
There you go. Okay? There you go.
It's real easy. Dr. Hoy, here we go, real quick. My doctor wants me to see a blood cancer doctor because my white blood cell count is lowered 3.2. What should I expect with that consultation? By the way, I check my pH twice daily, and it's been good. I also say go to cola and hawthorn berries.
Okay, so the first one, she said the numbers are low, the hemoglobin is low. Yeah, blood count. So you got to build the blood count. I think we gave out that many times of things that can build the blood count. I start with something as simple as the alliums, any of the allium family, which is of course the lines of onions all the way down from the purple all the way down to the scallions, and that would be the garlic also. I usually start there first. And then if you start to now go into the herbs, you got comfrey. This is not to diagnose, treat, cure, prevent any disease, just food for the soul. Okay, comfrey is good. Also, one is called, of course, alfalfa. Alfalfa is good. And then there's another one I don't talk a lot about, and that one's called bone set. Bone set. Some herb called bone set. Yep, bone set is good for. You remember the herbs tell the story. The lore is in the name sometimes. So the bone set is good for, of course, bone setting. That's what old folks say, hey, we're going to call this bone set because it's good for bone density. And it's also, when you talk about bone density, you got to talk about bone marrow.
Right.
Got it? So it's a bone marrow generator along with alfalfa, comfrey, all those. They're high in magnesium. Magnesium and iron. So when someone has a lot of deficiencies or malnutrition issues, that's what brings them back. Helps to bring you strength. Also, you got to put in that family neem. Neem goes in that family. Okay. Neem has everything that you need on every level. Okay. And moringa would be on there also. Okay. All right, let's see what else you got there.
Okay, we got one. This is
that is bone set capsule or what is it?
Yep, everything we say can be found in capsule form and tea and everything. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Linda wanted to know, what do you use? Epsom salts. How much Epsom salts do you use to make plants grow? And what do you use to help plants grow?
Depends on how big the plant is. Yep. You just want to cover the soil around, the plant. You don't need a whole lot. You can just take, we used to take like, probably like an average plant, maybe take about a cup per plant. That's what we were using. Yep. We take about a cup, and then you would take about maybe 2 tablespoons per cup. Yep. And then just let it, melt, and then basically just pour it right around the plant. The plant just comes alive.
All right.
The plant says, thank you. You might even get a wave. Oh, thank you. Oh, yes. Thank you. Yes. So magnesium is what makes the plant green. That's what gives it that strong green density. When you get that dark, dense green, that sort of brings it, and that's going to amplify the flowers. So it's going to allow the flowers to grow faster also. Okay. All right.
Yeah, we got Audrey up in the corner there, Dr. Paul.
Audrey, what's up, Audrey? She's in her favorite chair, Bill.
Yes, I
know, right?
Her favorite chair. I can tell that's your sitting chair. I can tell.
It is. It really is.
That is your sitting chair. She just look comfortable in that chair.
It is. First, I wanted to update you on my nephew. He's still on a ventilator and still under sedation.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear.
But he is moving his bowels and urinating. And they said today that his blood cell count went up to 4. So he is improving.
All right. That's good. And that's good stuff.
He did respond to his mother by squeezing her hand when she called his name.
All right. Let's give him a hand. Let's give him a hand. What's his name? What's his name?
Maurice Waters.
Maurice Waters. We want to hold up Maurice Waters in your prayers, family. Everybody, all right? Everybody, Maurice, and that's Waters, you said? Was that Waters?
Yes.
Okay, Maurice Waters.
Dr.
All right.
Paul, you know what I like to do if you don't mind me just saying this, guys. If you get a prayer request, send that to mechavideo@gmail.com. And we'll start a prayer list. So
or better yet, or better yet, just put it right in the chat now. Put it right in the chat right now.
Everybody can see.
Put it in the chat. Yeah.
Because it's always best to pray specifically by name and condition, guys.
And if you're in the family, we're gonna pray. That's right.
Pray for you.
All right, we're gonna pray for you. All right.
He does have severe pneumonia, both of his lungs, but they had to put in a trach this morning because they said the ventilator couldn't just heal. He couldn't just handle that alone. They had to switch it to the trach because it wasn't good to keep him on the ventilator for that length of time. They needed to switch it.
Yeah, they can't keep it on there too long. They have to worry about the infections and things like that. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so definitely we're going to keep them in prayer and keep us posted, okay?
Thank you. And my next question is a simple question. I've been all over the northwest section of Philadelphia, Chestnut Hill, Mount Airy, Montgomery County, and I cannot find crystal geysers.
I knew she was going there. I knew it. She said I'd have been all over.
I was at the Acme in Jenkintown and bought the last 2 bottles of Eternal water. And so is there a filter or something else? And I asked each manager at each store, when are you getting in crystal geyser? They have no idea. They said as soon as it comes in, it disappears the same day.
See what y'all doing? Y'all backing up the truck. As soon as they come in, put it all in there.
And they said that they don't even get an update of when it's coming. When it shows up, it shows up.
Y'all they hijacking the truck now. They're gonna be on the expressway hijacking the Crystal Geyser truck. My goodness.
So
all right, here's where I find it. This is what I'm gonna tell you where I find it. I find it always at BJ's. They have the large ones. BJ's always. I've never seen them not have it.
Yep.
Also, Big Lots.
Big Lots
always has it. They always have it, and they bring it in on the pallets. They big it at the big skids.
Yes, big
skids. Big skids. And
which BJ's?
BJ's, there's one on Red Lion. Okay, that's the one I go to on Red Lion Road, Northeast. But every other one I went down, even when I went down, where was the last one I went to? There was one right in Plymouth Meeting. Went to that one. They got it there.
What about South Philly?
In the South Philly. Yep.
Where are the Big Lots at?
Big Lots.
Baltimore Pike. They come in all different sizes.
Yes, that's the one benefit with Big Lots. They have it in all sizes, even the leaders. They even carry the leaders.
I went to the Big Lot on Baltimore Pike 2 weeks ago. They didn't have anything, so I wonder if they have it now.
Yes,
they had it
I
recently.
Went and got 4.
They did have it recently.
Yes,
the one on Baltimore Pike.
Oh,
I was there 2 weeks ago, and I bought cases.
Yes.
Cases of the individual bottles at Baltimore Pike just 2 weeks ago.
Okay, good. Thanks. I'll go tomorrow.
And the Acme on City Line Avenue even have the small bottles for the children.
The little tiny ones like this.
BJ's has it too. I mean, not BJ's, Big Lots.
Yes.
Yeah, because BJ's on Baltimore Pike don't have anything.
Okay, here's where she could go. My husband just got 16-gallon size Crystal Geyser today. Washington Lane, and it's a Rite Aid.
Yeah, Rite Aid has it. Yep, that is correct. Rite Aid does have it. Yep, Rite Aid has it. So you have to look around, and I know just don't go to those frequent places, Audrey. You know, some of the places that you go that everybody goes to, that, you know, that may be in those locations, they're going to sell out all the time. I remember there's one right in Germantown. They would like, forget about it. Don't even come in here. You know, they just know that it goes fast because people are up to date on it. And it must be working because people are responding and they're seeing the change because the pH is so high. It's an 8.5. But like I say all the time, please don't get hooked on brands. Crystal Geyser, if that's just the one that's the cheapest for the availability right now. But if you have to find any water that's spring water, bottled at the source. That's the key. Got it? Doesn't have to be Crystal Geyser, but spring water, bottled, not bottled. Some of them say bottled. I've seen some trickery words on a lot of these bottles, so be careful. Bottled at the source. Got it? Bottled at, and don't, in anything that says purified, filtered, reverse osmosis, or distilled, that nullifies everything. That's been destroyed. Because ultimately, you got to say, if you got to do something to it, then what was it before you had it? It was bad water. You got it? So Eternal is now being sold at the Dollar Tree store. You know, Eternal. You can get the 33 size bottles for about $1 now. I think that's, I saw that one. And Icelandic is a good one. Okay, Icelandic. So Icelandic. Also, any, there is a, believe it or not, I think it is it Wegmans? Not Wegmans, but what's the other drugstore? Not Wegmans, but I mean Walgreens definitely has a Iceland water. They have a Iceland water that they have. Now remember here, I'm going to give you also a little insight. I mentioned to you all probably about 3 or 4 months back that Whole Foods actually bought out a private labeling for Crystal Geyser. Y'all remember that? Did anybody remember that? Mm-hmm. So they have private labeled Crystal Geyser. So they'll have it in there. So you might go and get your Crystal Geyser right from there. It'll say
it'll say 365.
It'll say 365 because you remember there was a version of the 365 that I was telling people you got to stay away from that one because it had on there bottle from the source, right? It didn't say bottle at the source. It said bottle from the source and double filter. Then when we tested it, I was like, wait a minute, this thing is coming out acid. What's going on? So it was turning out that they double filtered. So whenever you do that, you're going to lose the charge. Got it? All right, good stuff. Good stuff, Audrey.
Can I interject for 1 second? Yeah, I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. No, I wanted to say Walmart. I bought it at Walmart in New Jersey, though.
Yes,
it was
Walmart.
On the top shelf. And then ShopRite on the top shelf, it put up so high. You got to look up.
Yeah, that's right. There you go. So, so they're trying to hide it in places because I can definitely tell you, I had someone who works at the stores, at the supermarket, they said, this Crystal Geyser is messing up other water companies. They're starting to realize that, they got to do something because nobody's buying anything else. Mm-hmm. He said, one of the guys was telling me that they bought the water in. You know how they just come in with the new deliveries of water? Big B, you know how they come in with new water? Yeah. So the guy stopped them outside and says, like, yo, what you doing? He's like, this is my regular day. He said, man, we ain't got rid of the last water you had. You got to take it back. Nobody buying your water, man. He's like, what? He says, I do this every week. Nah, not this week. Take it on back. And they were sending water back, man. So, Crystal Geyser, y'all putting foot out there and people are recognizing it. I applaud you all. Give yourselves a hand. And I'm hoping that you see the benefits of using the water.
Yes.
I think people have really seen the benefits of it. So thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
I just wanted to say this stuff. This is Nita. I went to Big Lots to get some water on Sunday, and oh my gosh, they had pallets in. So I had the gentleman, because I couldn't lift it. I bought about 24, the cases of 24. So the young lady came in and she was getting the water from the other side. And I was looking at her. So she got a case and I said, ma'am, that's really not good water. That's purified water. And I was giving her the rundown about Crystal Geyser and the 4 different waters. She said, ma'am, thank you so much.
Amen.
Somebody, because it was heavy, she said, could you please put that back and get me that Crystal Geyser?
Go ahead. You can
See, don't worry about it. I do that all the time.
But you know what? You really did something amazing there because she was probably buying a purified water.
It was purified.
Purified. And that water would probably be making her medication and all her food and making everything more acidic. Now it's gonna now clean up all of that acid that's building up in the body, move the bowels and all those things just by having a good water. It's amazing. Right. God is awesome, and He's gonna put it for $1. What about the Waikia water? Waikia is good. Yep.
Very good.
Yep. That's the Hawaii.
There's a list in the chat box.
Yep. Yep. So all of that is good. Remember, keywords. What did we say? Say it slow, y'all. Spring water.
Spring water.
Bottled at the source. That's it. That's
Read
it.
The labels.
Yeah, read the labels. Is that Prophetess? Prophetess, did you slide in?
She snuck in.
She snuck in.
I've been here. I was.
He said, "I've been here."
Back in the corner.
I'm trying to finish my dinner.
She tried to make it before 7 o'clock. That's what she's doing, big.
Try and remember, guys, that in the chat are all of the references to all of these resources. They're in the chat, so make sure that you request a copy of the chat because it comes as a PDF, which is what's called hot linked. If you get it, if it's on your computer, you click it, and it'll take you directly to that source. That way, you get a chance to see exactly what's in that store.
All right, excellent, Big B. Okay. And also, if you want tonight's chat, Big B, tell them how they can get the chat from you and that email address they'll need.
That's correct. You want a copy of tonight's chat, just send an email to meccavideo@gmail.com. That's MECCAVIDEO@gmail.com.
All right, thank you, Big B.
Yes,
all right, thank you, Audrey. Appreciate you. And any questions in the chat before I go up to the top of our list here? Anyone?
Not really. Most of them were just commenting about the water and the things we've been talking
about.
No,
there is.
Unless you missed it. Unless I missed it.
Okay.
Yeah. There's one that says, what can be taken for a strained meniscus?
Meniscus tear? Mm-hmm. Sure. Now, did they have, my question would be, is this after surgery, before surgery, or they just something that just happened? Where are they in the stage?
It just says, that's Darlene. What can for strained meniscus, left knee?
Okay. Number one, we do comfrey compress, which means you can take the tea itself. You can boil the hot tea. It becomes thermal. The reason why I say this, because if it's strained, you can start to help rejuvenate it before you get into getting technical with, surgeries and things like that, because it can be a slight tear. She said a strain, right? She said strain.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So that means that she can stay off of it. The key is to stay off of it and let it heal. Usually you want to start with the comfrey. I would say comfrey, which is the herb. You can get the herb from any of the herbal stores. Steep that tea. Use like a extra large steeper. I don't know if y'all ever see an extra large steeper. You can get it at a lot of the Asian stores, or a lot of the herbal stores have them, but they're like kind of small. But sometimes if you go to an Asian store, they'll have the larger ones. So try to get a extra large strainer. Take about 4 to 5 tablespoons of the herb in about a gallon of water. Okay. And then when you steep that for about somewhere in the area of maybe 15 minutes, you try to do it stay in there a little longer than you would for leaves, because leaves is usually about less than 10 minutes. But if you're trying to do it for compresses, you want to get a little hotter. So I would do probably about 10 minutes, anything over 10 to 15 minutes. And then after it cuts and cools a little bit, take a white towel, and you press it into the water after it's cooled to where you can handle it. And then you strain it out, wrap that towel right around that knee. Got it? And then you can keep doing that over a period. That will help to push it directly in. Now, there are other things that I recommend also. Turpentine oil. Okay, turpentine oil works very good with any of the Bursaea family. And the meniscus is part of the Bursaea family, because that's actually like the pads. Right? You got the pads in your shoulders, like the rotary cuff, and also the wrist, all those areas. You got a little pad. So right here in the knee, that's what makes when the knee sits like that, it's like a little pad, and you tear that, it becomes painful. So what you want to do, a little bit of that will give you a lot of relief. A little bit of that turpentine oil. Got it? Right in that area. So those are the two things that I would recommend. You got arnica creams, you got a lot of other things that work, but those tend to be the ones that I would, work with. Also, that bone set that I told you about. Bone set. That really helps well. Okay. All right?
All right, Barbara put a question about what about essentials water? Essentials water.
Essentia.
It's
yeah, that's
Essentia?
right. Remember, look on the label, y'all. What does it say? Remember those 4 things I told you to look for. When you see any one of them, it's gone.
I already answered that question.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, you did all right. Okay. Good.
Essentia is reverse osmosis. Got it? Can't do nothing for you. Got it?
Nope. With additives.
With additives.
Oh, I see it. I got
goodness.
you. Right. Okay.
Extremely expensive.
Yeah.
Expensive poison.
Yeah, but it's just people don't think. I see people at the gym all the time. I go in the gym and I see them with the Essentia. I said, that's not good water, man. Why? That's going to steal energy from you. It's just a misunderstanding of water and energy. Remember, everything is about energy. So if the body says, if it don't have no energy, I can't use it. You got it. So let's start off with something good. Can't beat God at his own game. Got it?
There you go. I know that's right.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, Bianca. Bianca up in the corner there.
Bianca?
She must have gone.
Yes, I'm here.
There we go. Okay.
Oh, there she is.
Okay. So unfortunately, my son and I, he's 14. We caught a cold. So what can we do to get rid of this fast, the both of us?
Yeah. You want to start to immediately. How old is your son, by the way?
14.
14? Okay, so for both of you, I would use syrups. Not to diagnose, treat, cure, prevent any disease, just food for the soul. I'm going to give you a couple of things that I would recommend. And yours may differ a little bit than his, okay? Definitely for syrups, you can do the Old Indian wild cherry bark, which is not now Dr. Terry's cough syrup, cherry syrup now. That's number 1, okay? And that's for both of you. And I would do that usually when you want to tackle a cold or something in this building, you got to hit it right away. That's why I tell folks, don't wait. If you feel that little tickle in your throat, things like that, your little sniffle, that's your female principal coming saying, my child, you got a little problem here. All right? We want daddy to come, because when your daddy come, cold. You got a cold now. Got it? It's always a little warning that comes with it, and that's called the female principal. So when you start to feel that, that's when you would take the Old Indian. We try to say if you have a full-blown cold, is it full-blown yet, or you don't think it's like it's just building?
I think it's full-blown.
Okay, so that means you try to do it every hour on the hour for the first 4 hours, and then every 2 hours after that. You try to now overwhelm it. So for the first 4 hours, you're going to do every hour on the hour for the first 4 hours, and then every 2 hours after that. Okay? So that's usually about 1 to 2 tablespoons. 2 tablespoons for you, 1 tablespoon for him. Got it? And that's what you start off with that. But you must drink water. Got it? You got to get your water on top. You got to be on top of your water. The other thing for him, I would recommend elderberry syrup.
Yes,
any
I
of the
started giving
lines,
him that.
any of the lines of the sambucas. But remember, it's how much you give them. You got to keep it. You got to keep the intensity. It's not deficiency. It's mostly time insufficiency. People don't have enough. And when you do this, try to do nothing. Try to go lay down. Don't get up and start going shopping and doing all this stuff around the house. Don't do it. You got to rest. The body repairs itself 20 times faster when you're sleeping and resting. Got it? So try to just get some rest. And that's I know it's hard for young folks, but you got to keep them in a state where, turn the TV off, and that's going to be hard because my son used to have a hard time with that. He wants to sit in this room. He's saying, well, what I'm going to do?
Right. Exactly.
He was sitting in his room. He's like, I come in there. He's still sitting there like this. Dad, come on. I said, no, you can't do anything. Go to sleep. I can't go to sleep. I got a cold. So it's a little rough on them, but you got to help them through that process. Okay. Now, only other thing for you, golden seal root. Got it. The old
Right,
Indian,
and I'm taking that now because you prescribed that for me for my visit.
Yep. Golden seal root. So you got to hit that, and you got to stay on top of that. Because the golden seal root does. Remember, that's the natural antibiotic, but it also cleans all the organs and all the body. So, when you do that every hour on the hour, little bit. Now, here's another trick. Here's another thing. Sometimes you can take the golden seal root, the capsules, right? And you can open up the capsules right into some warm water. So boil you a little cup of the Crystal Geyser water, right? Get it nice and warm. And then you open that golden seal right in there, and it becomes thermal now. That's when you really hit it. That's good for sinuses. That's also good for strep throats. And you have strep throat issues. Oh yeah, that's a good one. See, when you have thermal behind the push, you're going to get even a better effect. You got it? That's also good for sore throats, issues with laryngitis, ear issues with anything with the tonsils, any inflammation in the tonsils. You take that golden seal, open it up, put it right in some hot water, and take it as hot as you can take it without burning yourself, of course. Right. But as hot as you can take it. And because it's thermal, when thermal opens up the pores, it pushes everything right into your system. Goes right after that bacteria or virus or anything that's that bug that's affecting you. Okay.
Okay. One more question. Can you recommend aloe vera gel that doesn't have the carrageenan in it?
Sure, they're out there, but you gotta find them. I mean, they're out there. You remember, it's not bad. Carrageenan is not bad. It's actually a seaweed. But for some people who have assimilation issues, it's a problem because remember we were talking about that Cushing syndrome? Right. So somebody like that or insulin resistant that can't or having issues with their villi or celiac disease or something like that, they're having problems with that. They can't digest food properly. They can't assimilate. So I would say if you have assimilation issues, you don't have them, do you? Do you have any sugar issues?
I do.
Okay.
I don't have diabetes, but you and I discussed that.
Yeah, we talked about that. Yeah. So they are out there. There are with and without carrageenan, but you're probably gonna have to order that online.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. All right. Thank you, Bianca. Appreciate you. All right.
Very good. Before we go to Diana, one short question here. What is myocardial perfusion, where they inject a radioactive substance through an IV? How dangerous is that?
Oh, gosh. Radioactive. That's all I got to say. It's radioactive.
You just listen to your own question, huh? How about that?
I mean, that's it. They're using it for a lot of reasons. They're also using it for the prostate. Not only for the heart, but the prostate. They're using it for everything. I don't recommend it at all. Of course, it's poison, man. Putting poison in your body. I don't recommend that or any types of contrast at all. Because you'll have contrast with MRIs and all kinds of stuff where they're using all kinds. I just don't believe it. That's not our philosophy. Right. Not our philosophy. So I would say no, a big no. Okay. I would say if you're cleaning, the blood and you're trying to balance, there's nothing better than what's already the body creates itself. It's a perfect system created by a genius. So you have to right now build up those things that are natural things that chelate, which pull out poisons, and that's the glutathione. Got it? Glutathione is excellent. Everybody should have some glutathione. Glutathione. Everybody should have some glutathione. That's it. Glutathione is naturally occurring. Your body makes it, but it increases when you have sea vegetables. Got it? Things like the kelp, the chlorella, spirulina, all those things. But you can always add a little bit more glutathione, and then also alpha lipoic acid. Those are the two. Those are the two that clean you up real good. Pull all that gunk out of you. And also, guess what? It pulls radiation out the body.
Oh, look out now. Look out.
So it's a post-effect treatment. There's a treatment post-effect for radiation. You know, and that's for exposure, or if someone had exposure to radiation or chemo, things like that.
Okay.
And they do, there's a cocktail that they do. They do IV therapy also the same way. Glutathione, alpha-lipoic acid, non-ascorbic vitamin C. Those are the ones that they use. Got it?
All right. Very good.
Good
Diane
stuff.
up in the corner. Diane.
Diane?
Hello. Yes. I just want to know, what do you think about Tower Gardens?
Tower of Gardens.
No, Tower Gardens.
Tower Gardens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tower Gardens.
Why do I know that name from?
And Ruth Presley and Juice Plus.
Oh yes, is that Juice Plus?
Yes.
Okay, and I think
Yes,
the
it-
only. Oh yeah, of course. That's Deshaun has those.
Deshaun and Ruth.
Deshaun has those.
Little one she had. That's a little one she has in her hand.
Yeah, those are excellent. You know, you have aqua. You have.
Oh, that's a picture. You're showing it on your phone. I'm sorry. I thought that
Oh,
was...
absolutely yes.
Yes,
Absolutely yes. That's indoor gardening. Yes.
Right.
Aqua hydroponics.
Yes.
Aquaponics, and you have hydroponics.
Hydroponics.
You know, it's basically you're not using soil. You're using that the roots are being they're being fed by continuous flowing of water, food. So it's basically they have a river body of water that they're sitting in, and it grows faster that way. And then basically it's nutrients. Now, I would say you just got to be careful of what they're using for, you know, the feeding process of the actual crop or whatever you're growing. So that's what I would say. Make sure, because there have been some understanding that some of those can be chemically also. They can get chemically with some of their additives to some of those solutions that they use to run that. You know, we'll talk about aquaponic. I think I need to do a show on aquaponics. Or hydroponics, you know, the difference maybe between the two. But, you know, that's not a bad idea. If you have a room for it in your house, you know they're doing a lot of the hydroponics and aquaponics and also the towers on top of restaurants in New York City.
Yes,
I don't know if y'all know this. A lot of the restaurants are no longer, you know, ordering out their vegetation. They're growing it right on top of their roofs. So a lot of those fancy restaurants, if you go on top of their roof, they have nothing but just they're growing all on top of their roof. You know, especially so lettuce, tomatoes, peppers, onions, all that stuff. They're growing it right on top of their roofs now. They're not even doing it. You know, they're not ordering it out anymore. Yep. Good stuff, though. Good stuff. All right, so good. That's a good thing. I got to talk about that.
Yeah, I would like to get. So that's why I was asking. You know.
It's a good idea. Perfect idea for right now, though. I mean, you know, the way they talking about this stuff, y'all. I tell you, it's concerning. You know, I hope that I don't have to do that. You know that whole program we did, Big B, on emergency preparedness.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Very much.
Because they're talking more and more. I'm hearing more chatter online, and people are talking about, you know, not if, but when.
But when, more than anything else.
Power, you know, because there's too much going on right now. There's too much going on with the political arena, and it's very easy for anything to just knock out the power. And then what are you going to do when your power go out?
Oh my!
Are you ready? I mean, everybody listening right now, what you going to do if your power go out right now? Pew! What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna turn on?
Generator. You got a generator, guys?
What's the first thing you gonna do? You gonna grab your crystal guys?
Drink some water.
Then I'm gonna grab me some water first.
That's right.
Use your lamp.
Yeah. So what you say? Lose your lunch? Who said that? Oh, okay. So, you know, you got to think like that, y'all. I mean, literally think about it right now. You know, everybody's listening right now. You know what you got in your cabinets. You know what's in your refrigerator. Are you prepared right now? Are you prepared? You know, or do you have an emergency radio?
Line.
Do you have a backup line? Do you have some medical, things in case somebody gets cut or you need a Band-Aid? Do you have an emergency kit? Get them walkie-talkies. You remember? We showed you the life straws. I showed you the life straws. Get you a book. Get you a book that has how to deal with, emergency response. That would be the first thing. Get a book. I bought one. I went to what was it, B. Dalton Books or somewhere? I went there and got a book for $5. It was on that table where you buy all of
it looked like the sale table.
Like the sale table?
Yes.
I said, man, are you kidding me?
Yes.
$5.
Yes.
Couldn't believe it.
Yes.
Got it?
That's because it's not important to people right now.
It's not important now.
It's not important, folks.
Pay
attention.
How much water do you have? Do you have it stored up? Maybe every time you buy water, buy an extra one, put it in your garage, put it in your basement. Got it? Keep it going. Got it? You got to keep that stuff going.
Dr. Paul used a phrase just now, chatter. There's some of these what seems like fringe groups. Guess what, guys? They pay attention to all of this stuff that Dr. Paul's talking about. Trust me. I mean, they're talking about, building these tunnels under the ground and having these things.
Oh, yeah. There's people getting prepared. There's people getting prepared. Yeah.
Right. And we don't know anything about that stuff. And especially if you live in an urban area. How are you going to survive in an urban area?
Yeah, because you're going to have to get in line and only give out, when they give out water days, everybody going to be in line for water day. Things like that. So these are the things we have to do.
Would you recommend canned goods for that? Is it good to have canned goods for that?
Well, I mean, if there are emergency packs, I gave out the different places that you can go and buy emergency supplies, and there are special prepared foods that you can buy that will last you from 3 months, 6 months, a year. It would be beneficial to invest in those, to have it, and they can sit right in your garage. And then basically there's one that's non-GMO, they're organic. They got them all. So I gave y'all the one website, Prophecies or Big B. I don't know if you still have that. That was a while ago. It's called 4 Patriots. I think it was one of them.
Yes.
Also, here's a new one. I really suggest this one. I really, 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 really suggest this one. And that is a solar generator.
Yes, sir.
A solar generator. Get you a solar generator. That means that you don't have to plug it up to the wall, but you can sit the little, and they got small ones too. You don't have to a big one. You can get a nice size one. And it will definitely keep things like, for example, you got to remember, we got the summer coming. And if all the lights go out, boy, you know how hot it can get in these homes now. It can get really hot. Well, you have some of these solar generators that can actually run things like air conditioners now. They can run air conditioners. They can run small fans. They can run all those things. And anything, when the power is out, you're going to take anything. You got it? And also they can run hot plates. They can run, little small ovens. They can run refrigerators. So all of these things I would definitely start to look into. Maybe next week I can go into some of those solar generators that I recommend. Definitely, but I would say definitely everyone needs to look into a solar generator. You got regular generators, but they may be gas generators. And they kick off fumes. They kick off fumes and things. So this one, you can have this one right in your home. Got it? And you just bring it around like, hey, you got to go down to the kitchen, take it with you, go down to the kitchen, plug it right in. Plugs your phone in, keeps your phone in, keeps the radio, powers everything. Laptop, it does all of that. And this for hours and hours. So solar generators is what I would recommend. Got it? Who's ever heard of a solar generator? Anybody ever heard of a solar generator?
Yes. Home Depot has some.
Yep. Yeah. I want you to start to look that up, family. It's let me tell you, go to Amazon. Yeah. Amazon is a great place.
Yes.
Amazon is a great place to purchase one. Because you can just, and if you say, wow, these things are expensive, because they do have ones that are, based on how much power you want. Yes. They got the nice size ones, and if it's an investment, hey, Amazon was like, yo, they giving away these cards, man. Mm-hmm. That's one you want a card on. That's what I'm saying. If there's anything that you say, I don't like my cards, I don't want to get into it, but guess what? That's one that's really going to matter. That one's going to matter, y'all. So I would really, really look at that right now, because you just don't know what they're talking about right now. And they're talking about banking system possibly, having problems, and what happens if the banking system falls. And I mean, it's just too much wars and rumors of wars. And then, what happens when all this stuff goes down and these hackers, and they blame it on the hackers. The hackers.
Talking about that more and more.
The hackers knocked out the electricity, and the hackers did this, and they stole everybody's credit cards and all this other stuff. You can't get into that when you sitting there hungry with no lights on. You got it? So keep that in mind. All right.
Hey, Dr.
All right.
Paul, Paul, real quick. Last time you did the meals, I found it in Costco. Oops. Costco has the ready meals.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Right now? Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Costco's. Look at that. See that right there, y'all? See those buckets? Now, one of those buckets, how much of one of those buckets? It's like a week or so?
Well, this is 160 servings for $74.99.
Yep. Some of that, man. You go in there and grab those. And then a lot of them are, when they say you just add water to them. You just add water to the meals. They have some other they got so much great stuff right now. People are really, really getting this thing in order. So maybe you can find that preparedness, website. But y'all hear what I'm saying.
That's one there, ReadyWise.
ReadyWise, yes.
There you go, right there.
Mm-hmm.
It's in the chat box. Just click on it.
Good. Yep. You got all kinds of there's so many companies out here. There's one called let's see here. There's one called Stealth Angel Survival. Mm-hmm. They got so much stuff out here. 4 Patriots. We talked about.
Yes, 4 Patriots.
You got 4 Patriots, and there's also My Patriot Supply. They got one called My Patriot Supply. They also have one that's called Valley Food Storage. This is some good stuff. Y'all writing this down? I can't see y'all right now, but that's another one. Yep. I'm just looking at all the ones that I've seen that I'm kind of reminding myself on which ones you want to do. I don't even know how to pronounce this. Augusson, AUGASON Farms Emergency Food. Okay, that's an emergency food. And that's they sell the 30-day supply. All right. Let's see what else. Yeah, that's about it. That's on that one. Stealth Angel. That's again. A lot of these places also sell the first aid emergency kit. Like these grab bags that you roll. Okay. There's another one called what is that? ReadyWise.
Yes.
Okay, ReadyWise. Let's see here. So there's a lot of them out there. If you just search out there, emergencykits.com.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
That's another one you can go to. Emergencykits.com. Let's see here. Yep. Okay, family. So that's a lot of them right there. And also, like I said, get you an emergency prepared book. Get you a book. Don't get the digital version, because you ain't gonna have no phone to be pulling up the phone.
You know what? Interesting that you should say that, Dr. Paul. They were talking about that just today.
Don't buy the digital version. Karam, I hear you laughing, bro.
Listen, you know what? They were talking about that just today. There's a school, Dr. Paul, that's not going to have any math books this school year because of supply. So guess what, guys? They're either going to have to go all digital because there are not going to be any books, hardcover books.
And then a lot of these books there's one called Disaster Preparedness Curriculum.
Yes.
That's one. There's one called Disaster Nursing and Emergency Preparedness. Okay. I'm just reading off some of the things that I have here and I'm looking at after I'm doing and these are some that I'm familiar with, I've seen before, so I can recommend them. They're good ones. All right. So y'all got me? Y'all got it? I mean, I think that was a good one, be prepared, y'all. Get solar, look into solar generators.
Yes.
Solar. Got it? Solar. Because you don't have to buy gas for this one. Just sit it out in the sunshine. You got a lot of sun on your backyard or something, or back porch, sit that out there. It'll grab it. And if you sit it out there during the day, you got plenty of energy.
Yep.
Got it? You can get a lot of energy out of that. All right. Anyone in the chat there?
I don't know. Let me see here. Prophet, I think you've gotten pretty much most of the things that Dr. Paul hasn't covered.
Okay.
So,
all right.
So,
we can
Lydia, in the meantime, which gives us a chance to look it over. Lydia?
Right.
Lydia?
Which one?
Lydia CH.
Lydia CH.
Lydia CH.
Hi, family. Hi, Dr. Paul.
How you doing?
Welcome. I haven't been here a couple of Wednesdays. I miss you all.
Yes.
When you were talking about the bioengineered, I was all American, eating all types of cookies and cakes for years. By now, I should be beaming up to Scotty, because when I start looking at all those great cookies we ate for years, cereals that our parents, we are bioengineered, and just think
well,
of the
they're changing them. Yes, they're changing them.
The famous cookies I'm eating for years. I mean, I love them, and I wondered why some didn't taste the way they used to. I remember having to give out crackers in kindergarten. We loved them, and I kept saying they don't taste right anymore.
Bless you.
So I started. I was eating these cookies religiously, and when I saw bioengineered, I want to thank you, because that education that you're giving us, even though we don't want to, it just made me just not like it anymore. I did a head thing because I said, I'm just going to be just beaming up onto Scott. I keep eating these things.
Yeah.
It hasn't done that to the Haagen-Dazs yet, but we're working on it.
Yeah, we're working on the Haagen-Dazs. All right. Stay tuned.
But you talk about I went to the store about 3 hours ago, and I went in there and it was no Crystal Geyser water, as they said. And I usually have like at least 10 cases, but over the period of time I've used them, and I had contractors come in here to do some work. And of course, they're young, and I went out and got them each a case. I said, you all have to have a lot of energy. So here's your case of water to work in my
do
house.
a good job, and do a good job.
That's right. That's right.
Their water. Also, I saw something on one of the cereal boxes. It didn't say bioengineered, but it said BHT preservative. Is that something that
you said BHT? Yeah. Yeah, BH. Are you saying, because there's a couple of them on there, BHT? Let me check that out. Hold up.
What I was trying to do, if it automatically said bioengineered, I just, even though I love the cereal or love something, I just mixed it all together. But if I didn't see that, or if I didn't see canola oil or something, I said, okay, I'm good so far. So I'm like doing a process of elimination of what I can.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the BHT or the BHA. Those are the things that are really. There was an article out this week, matter of fact, about this. That's interesting. You said that. See, BHT and BHA. I need to cover this. I might cover this weekend. Those are related to synthetic antioxidants, and they're used as preservatives. See, that's what preserves things like lipsticks and moisturizers and cosmetics, y'all. Come on now. Oh,
Help me,
no.
y'all. My.
Yes, I saw that article this week. Matter of fact, I was watching how they're putting a lot of those synthetics because it has to preserve the lipstick or the cosmetics and things like that to keep them in there containing and that they don't go bad and things because the moisturizers go bad. And that's what they're using as a preservative. Absolutely.
Well, I gotta throw that box of cereal out because I didn't see bioengineers. So I said, okay, good. I'm good with this. Well, that goes in the trash. With the water, I was stacking them like 10 cases. And now I was getting ready to do that emergency thing that you're speaking about. How long can you keep that water? And also, how long can you keep the prepared foods?
The prepared foods can go up to, some of them go up to 5 to 10 years.
Yes.
Yep. You can keep them for a long time. They actually tell you on there. What do they say on there, Karam?
The Ready Wise lasts like 20, 25 years.
Yeah, so some of them go a long time because as long as they're staying in those packagings are for
sealed.
Yep, they're sealed, and a lot of them are for disaster preparedness. So you supposed to have this that it can last you a long time. So when people are starving and can't get no food because and then the markets are closed down, the trucks can't get to the market, and then people fighting, and it's gonna get crazy, y'all, if that happens.
Yeah. A lot of that food, guys, was created for the Army and for the services. We call MRE packs and things like that. So if you're out in the field forever, because you can't carry cans on your back, you got to eat.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's how they were carried with them. So you always had access to something that will give you the nutrients that you need in order to go forward in battle. So that's kind of like where it comes from.
All right. So I want everybody to think about that one. All right. So think about that. At some level, start to look for, emergency preparedness stuff. Some walkie-talkies.
Yes.
I would do that first.
Yes, indeed.
I would do that first.
I would
get the walkie-talkies first. That and the radios, the crank radios. Remember we talked about the crank radios, and the walkie-talkies. Give that to your significant other, the first person you need to contact if there was something to lose all power, because that's what's that's the only thing you're gonna have that's gonna work. Okay.
The water has expiration dates on it.
What was that?
Should ask about the water. Also, water has expiration dates on them.
Yeah.
Right, but remember the expiration dates are for that's the bottle, not the water, because the water can't expire, but the bottles expire. So that's why you keep them in. You keep plastic. Actually, there's what's called a timestamp on the bottle, even on the Crystal Geyser. Yep,
right here.
Yep, and so you want to just keep it in a cool, dark place, long as those bottles are not exposed to extreme heat or extreme cold. That date still supposed to stay in perspective. So you're in that time frame. Usually it's about 2 years for that water. Usually, Bill, what's that one on yours? What's that one on yours?
This particular one says sell by date. The date is by 11/03/23.
23. So you got about a year on that one.
A year on this particular.
Got a year on that one.
Right.
And if you buy the ones now, they're usually somewhere around 1.5 to 2 years.
Yep.
That's what I've noticed.
Mine says 2024.
Right.
Yep.
Okay.
See. So you're about 2 years. It's about 2 years. So that means keep it in a cool, dark place.
Dark place.
Right.
And
no
also,
heat.
you're right.
Not in the sun. None in the sun. Don't. If you ever go out, and you see like the gas station, or sometimes you'll see out in Walmart and stuff, and they got water outside and it's sitting in the sun.
Yeah.
Woo! Poison.
No.
Poison. Poison. Oh gosh.
Sitting in the sun.
One more
melting
thing,
that
Dr.
plastic.
One more thing, Dr. Paul.
Okay. Yeah. I'm sorry, Lydia. Go ahead.
When you were talking about the communication, you were absolutely right about those radios and those crank radios and the walkie-talkies. I always had, when they came along, everybody has the mobile phones, and they got rid of a lot of the landline. Well, I remember they had a big storm and everything went out. And if your batteries went out, you didn't have any communications, but I had this one landline. So when they came out to upgrade, the guy disconnected. I said, who told you to disconnect it? Well, you don't need that. You have the mobile. I said, I'm old school because when the battery runs out, right, I can go and I can get a dial tone.
Amen.
And so he had to come back out and reconnect.
That's right, because Lydia told him. I hear you, Lydia. Yeah, absolutely. You know, if you're, you know, they'll sell you on convenience. Yeah. And then that's convenience. When it goes out, everything's going to go out. So, yeah. I think we may have to do another emergency preparedness session.
Yeah, I think so.
You know, to go over it. I think we need to, you know, and get your grab bags ready. Yeah. Have your destination. Have a location where your family can meet. If you can't all, you know, get together, because when there's going to be no communication. You know, an EM pulse or something that happens wipes out everything. And it depends on what kind. It may stop cars also, you know. So
electric cars.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Not just electric cars. It'll fry batteries. It'll fry regular batteries. Yep. Okay. Yep. So no cars are going to start. Nothing like that. So, you know, keep that in mind. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, Lydia. Thank you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you.
Might remember during 9/11, cell phones went out.
What did you say, Mike? What's up?
On 9/11, cell phones went out.
Oh yes, most definitely.
Mm-hmm. That's right, because they cut communication.
All your towers are down. When your towers are down, you have no signal.
Towers go down. Everything goes down, y'all. Yeah.
And they can be shut down too.
Yeah.
Yes, they can.
Okay. All right, Ron. What's up, Ron?
Hey, doctor. Good to hear you again. I couldn't make a lot of meetings because I bowled on Wednesday with my church.
All right.
So that was the problem. But here's what's happening with me. I'm thinking about having resume treatment for an enlarged prostate, where they go in and they shrink the prostate so it doesn't, close up on you all the time. So I'm thinking, if I should have that, or what do you suggest?
Well, I would say we try to say do as much as you can before any procedure. It depends on where your numbers are. Where are your numbers, as far as your PSA numbers.
PSA, right.
And then also.
I was about 4.6.
Well, that's actually.
It's been going up, as I get older. It's been
but 4.6 is reachable. I mean, that's very reachable, because remember, anything over 4.0 is where they start talking about a biopsy. So if you're at 4.6, if that's still around your numbers, with proper dieting, proper, nutrition, staying off certain foods, getting your water right, getting the bowel movements moving, that can be something that's attainable, because I've had guys that have been as high as 20 points or higher that come back down to 4, absolutely, or less than 4. But it's all based on what your numbers are, and when you crunch the numbers and say, hey, what are we going to do? Here's the game plan. We do have a men's formula, and the men's formula is one that I work with Dr. Ethel Wilson with, and Dr. Ethel Wilson. And let me see here. Dr. Ethel Wilson, I'll give y'all her number. She has a formula that we put together for men, and it's for all the herbs that help with dealing with enlarged prostates. Got it? So if you want her number, I can give you her number.
Yes.
Okay. Prophetess, you got that number? Dr.
Now
Ethel?
I have to pull up notes.
Okay, that's all right. I got her right here.
Okay.
I got her. Her number is 610-585-0493. And she's about up and running with her detox center now, because she moved. So she was doing a lot of development building up again. And she should be about ready now, because she has also the colonics, foot detox, and also the infrared sauna, detox, colonic, and foot detox. And I think everyone should just pamper yourself one day, go over there and support the sister. She's doing some great stuff. And, she has the formula, though, and you would just ask for the men's prostate formula.
Right.
Okay? Ask for that formula.
Wilson?
Yeah, Dr. Wilson. Yeah.
Okay.
Dr. Ethel, last name Wilson. Got it? All right, and she will provide you those things. Okay, Ron. But I would say, you know, you gotta keep those. I mean, your numbers are not, you know, out of reach. Matter of fact, that's better than the average guy in most cases, and it just may be spiking. So, enlarged prostate. Also, I would say two other things. I want to say two more things to you. Watch out for lower back problems. Got it? Lower back problems, because lower back problems stops. You know, lower lumbar. Remember, the nerve signal oxygen and nutrients that feeds into the area of the lower extremities, which is the prostate, the male reproductive system, and everything, including the issues with hernias. All of that starts with a lower back problem. So side sleepers, you know, strengthening that lower back has a lot to do with that. It tends to cause a lot of men that have prostate problems. I go over this little checklist of things that they didn't think about. Another one would be urinary tract infections. Okay, urinary tract infections. So usually when they see a prostate problem, you know, I'm seeing a lot of the men have been always having a issue with urinary tract infections. Got it? So check those two things out, okay? All right. All right, good stuff. All right, thank you, Ron. Good seeing you, man.
Yes, sir. We're talking about the lower back. What about upper back pain, Dr. Paul? Joe asked that question. What's good for upper back pain?
Upper back pain. Well, remember, you need an adjustment. That's the whole point. The whole point is whether it's cervical, thoracic, or lumbar, or the tailbone, you know, they have to be adjusted. They have to be in alignment, you know, and that's where the problem is. The muscles tend to be, you know, tightening, and then that's the trauma that they go through, and they tighten up. You know, that's what I like about Dr. Lenny, man. Dr. Lenny will go in there and adjust you and start dealing with that, you know,
Just
the muscles.
getting ready to say that. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
Big
sir.
B, Big B,
Yes.
you know about that.
Yeah, buddy. Hey, Dr. B, hook me up, y'all.
Yes.
Yes,
Dr.
sir.
Lenny hook you up.
And you know, and it's always, again, it's always good to have family. When I say family folk, that's on the tree here, who are looking out for each other. Dr. Lenny, he understands what this whole situation is all about, and is very willing to work with you individually to make sure that you're all right.
Yep, that's right. That's
Keep
right.
that in mind.
Okay.
And
all right.
that info is in the chat. Prophet old fingers hit it already. Hit it, get it, and quit it, because it's right there.
Yep.
Hit it
All
and
right.
quit. Hit it and drink my
now,
coffee now.
Now, I'm going to also right now. I have. I don't know if he's on. I'm gonna try to see if he's on. Is El Hagan on? Is El you on?
Yes, sir.
There he is. Where is he?
Right there.
Down the bottom, two rows
Down the
under.
bottom.
At the bottom.
Right
At the
underneath
bottom.
Providence.
I don't see him.
Well,
I
he's
don't
there.
see him.
I see him.
Man, where you at, man? I don't
He's
see
on the
you,
first
bro.
first
He's
page.
on the first page.
Two rows under you.
Down below Prophet.
Well, what's wrong with my page? My page don't work.
Wait a minute. What view are you in, Dr. P?
L, start saying something, man. What you got on? A hat or something? What you got?
Yeah, he did.
How's everybody? This is
Oh, there he is.
There
Hey,
he
what's up, man? Hey, y'all, I want to invite y'all to put your hands together for the natural herbal man and also nature walk man. Put your hands together for the brother El Hagan.
Yes, sir.
Hey,
Yes, sir.
nature walk himself. You know, if you've never been on a nature walk with El Hagan, you're going to be in for a treat. You know, so I would say everyone, El, you got the floor, man. Tell everybody what you got going on, man. Welcome to the family tree.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. How are you all?
All right. Glad to have you, my friend.
Glad to have you all too. And I say that because living on a world with nobody else would not be that fun.
That's a good point.
Each one of you all has a host of experiences that make you very unique and very dynamic. And you all know how much you enjoy listening to stories. Well, each one of you comes equipped with a bunch of stories. If we're able to share those stories with each other, we can have a fuller picture of how the universe is constructed. And some of your stories will come from your experiences. Some will come from your dreams, which they are also experiences. Some of them will come from stories you heard elsewhere. But any way that you can advance your story, that's going to advance the level of enjoyment. And like Dr. Paul was sharing earlier, there are those amongst the nations who specialize in spoiling people's stories.
Well,
do certain key things like making you find murder entertaining.
That's right.
By way of these game programs where you're shooting at something, and after a while you become desensitized to shooting things. And the big difference between that is in those games, after you die, you get a chance to come back and shoot. But in real life, you don't get a chance to shoot anymore after you finish. You got a whole society that promotes death. You have a whole society that promotes destruction, decadence, and fakeism. So where I come into the picture, I'm trying to advocate for life. The thing I like to do is take us to the raw base earth itself and talk about how you could access the plants themselves. Or I say like you are in a survival setting and you have to eat weeds. How terrible is that? Weeds are plants. Before they had spinach and broccoli, cauliflower, and all of that, they had yellow dock and burdock, not weed, and some of these kind of wild raw plants. Dr. Paul was talking about making a tonic out of cherry bark. You know how many cherry trees are all around in the woods? I mean,
That's right. That's right.
Most people don't know them because the cherries that come off of them are bitter. They're used to sweet cherries, but there's only about 5 or 6 varieties of sweet cherries in existence out of all the varieties of cherries that there are. But yet all of them are good for you, even the ones that taste terrible. So what I've been doing for so many years is taking people out on nature trails so that we can actually see the habitat of plants, understand which ones are food, which ones are poison, which ones are to be used externally, which ones can be used internally, and go into some of the recipes that you can use to make these plants enjoyable and fun to participate in.
All right.
Notwithstanding that there are occupations that you could generate from scratch just from dealing with plants. Just for example, there's some people that like to arrange dry plants. There's some people that like to carve wood. There's other people that like to do carpentry. These are all plant-based sciences, but they're in a form that you would enjoy when you participate. But the more you could understand about the nature of plants, the more you could understand about the nature of the plant's ability to support you and to make your life better. So like these discussions that were taking place today about the survival business, about the aspect of storing foods, you know how long you could store herbs? And guess what? You could take dried herbs and some water and nourish yourself for years to come. You're gonna be kind of skinny, but
maybe the best thing happened to us.
That's all right. That's good. That's good. So L, tell them what you got going on. You got something hot this weekend, man, and you're gonna definitely bring back what I'd say is one of the most enjoyable experiences I've ever experienced anywhere. When I go out to the woods and you get a high definition of what's going on in the woods, which we've never been taught. So from you coming from your knowledge, the base of everything, tell them what you're going to be doing, when is it going to take place, and how they can get involved.
All right, so on Saturday at 11:30 in the morning, we're going to go to a place called Arboretum. We're going to meet at the Washington Lane train station, and then we're going to go on this walk. And I'm going to show you different kind of plants that you can eat and what kind of nourishment you're going to get off them. I'm going to show you different kind of plants that you can make medicine out of to help adjust your system for more efficiency. I'm going to show you some of the history. I'm going to show you some of the strategy that the natives that used to live here in ancient times would use to keep themselves living very, very well. Now, that one, it's going to be about maybe 2.5 hours, and we're going to learn a lot. It's going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to stimulate your curiosity, because you're going to find out a lot of things that you walk on the sidewalk are things that really heal you. On Sunday, we're going to do another one. And these are two separate ones. They're not connected to each other. We're going to have a slightly different focus, because we're going to go into an aspect of how the ecosystems that are on the earth relate to the ecosystems that are inside your body, and how coming into balance in such a manner is going to keep you stronger and more viable and give you something called longevity, meaning you live a long time, but your quality of life is good also because of the support you can
Dr.
get.
Boy, is there a contact, is there a website or something
Yeah.
that you can go to so the folk can register for it?
L, give them the website that they can go to. Is that the one that you have? I gave the two links to where the posting is on Facebook. If you have Facebook, you can do that. But also, I want to go to the one. Is that the Nature Trail? The Wisdom Trail?
Wisdomtrail.net.
Wisdomtrail.net. Okay.
And it's under upcoming events. I can post it in the chat if you want me to.
Yes. That would be great.
Okay. I think everybody got that one. Everybody see that in there?
Yep, they're there.
Okay, got it. Yep. And so I'll tell them what's involved, what's the price. Is going to be a price involved. Who can come? Is there any restrictions, anything? What do you wear when you come to a nature walk? Things like that.
I would suggest that you wear long pants. Because sometimes there's thorns that you can participate with, and that's not fun.
Yeah.
We're going to make you mindful of what kind of plants are problem plants. As long as you pay relative attention, you can, get that understanding. So it costs $20 per each class. If it's children, it's free. And children is 12 and under is considered children. Okay. You should bring, some water that you can drink, and you should bring a notepad or either some plastic collection bags so that you could take samples with you. Definitely bring some kind of camera so that you could take pictures of the plants. And the things we're going to cover things like the terrain and what kind of plant you would expect to find where, and also personality of the trees and what they're able to do for you and what they're able to tell you, because there's a lot of communication going on out in nature. If you know the signs, you can really understand a lot about how to survive more effectively.
Okay.
And also I would suggest also wearing some kind of boots or something that you can get for traction, as opposed to because folks will proper shoe attire is very important, especially if you're going up rocky terrain, things like that. So you probably want to make sure you have some kind of a hiking boot or something like that. And like El said, be prepared, because sometimes you got to go up little hills and things. So there may be a little bit of walking involved. So just have all those things in mind when you're doing this. And also, El, last thing, give them your telephone number where they can contact you directly.
Do they have a bathroom out there too?
Yes, called Trees and Bushes.
It's called the woods.
In your pocketbook.
Where
you in the woods. You in the woods.
Oh God.
Well, you got a place where you'll never run out of toilet paper.
Hallelujah.
Please. The leaves are more than good for the healing of the nation.
For the healing of the nations.
Take some Depends.
Just don't grab. Just make sure you check with El first, so you don't get no poison ivy.
That's right.
Yep, got it. All right, El. I want to thank you so much, brother.
Wait, Dr. Paul. He talked about Saturday, but there's no Saturday listed on his website.
Yes, I was.
I gave the 2 links there. Did you see the links on there?
You put them
I
in
gave
the chat box?
Yes,
I put 2 links in the chat box.
I see them.
Okay, I missed them.
Yeah, I put 2 Facebook links in there, and hopefully they work. And
they do.
when you
the Sunday one, there's one for Sunday. The second one
Sunday
you put in.
and So
okay. Okay.
So El, did you give them your telephone number where you can they can get a hold of you?
541-304. /5106. 5160.
Yeah, do that one more time. Give them that number one more time.
541-304-5160.
Okay. All right. And thank you, y'all. Let's give El Hagan a hand. And I'm sure, you know, El, you're going to have a lot of folks out there, man, especially if it's a beautiful day.
Yes.
You know, it's nothing like this walk. I can tell you, El, you've been doing it with us for the men's group and the women's group for many years. And I tell you, every time I learn something about nature, it makes you respect God and the concept of this whole system even more. It's going to blow your mind. I'm telling you. You know what? Fairmount Park got so much food out there. Somebody said to my cousin, he was a military guy. He says, you know what? After it's all over, we all going to be back out in these woods. Which means that, you know, people are going to be looking at so much food. You know, El, I remember you were showing us burdock root was out there, the cherry trees, stinging nettle is out there. You know, all the different things that we look and take, you know, say, hey man, this is winter support right here. You know, the very things that you need for winter, getting into prepared, you harvest it right now, and you, like Mel said, store it up, and you got it. So thank you, brother. I appreciate you. Let's put our hands together one more time for El Hagan. And thank you, my brother. Is there any last words? Anything you want to say to the family?
Yeah, I would just say be encouraged. And in the scriptures, it says, look to the hills from whence cometh
thy help.
And that's literal.
Yes.
So much power in those hills. But you just got to understand what your ancestors knew. And then you will realize why our nations used to last for so long. We weren't into a temporary lifestyle. We weren't into a quick fix or fast style. We were into the earth.
That's right. All right, thank you, brother. I appreciate you. All right, good looking out, man. All right, family, let's go. Big B, you got anything over there? Lisa, anyone? Where are we?
We are at 8:52. That's where we are.
I didn't say time. I didn't mean time.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I didn't mean time. She's like,
well,
that's
exactly what you heard.
All right.
It's 8:52. You can feel the head going like this. 8:52.
All right, Prophetess.
All right, we better get these folks out of here. Okay, we're gonna. All right, I got Iris. Let me get with Iris, Jackie, and Joseph, and we good. Iris.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Paul. I have a question about memory. Not lost, but you know what I mean. Is there anything that helps your memory, improve your short-term memory?
Absolutely, absolutely. Definitely you want to stay. Number one thing I would say for memory, number one, sugar. Stay off the sugar. Refined sugar. Refined sugars. Stay off the sugars. Sugars do a lot of damage to memory because it makes your body very acidic. So watch the sugar. Also, make sure that when you watch the chemicals, things that you do every day, and that would be things like fluoride. So toothpaste would be my second thing. Toothpaste, non-fluoride, because when they find issues with Alzheimer's and dementia with seniors or people just mid-age to seniors, they finding a lot of aluminum on the brain. Now, wait a minute, where is this coming from? Aluminum on the brain. Yep, aluminum. Wow. Byproduct of aluminum is fluoride, period. That's it. So stay away from the fluoride. A lot of people are taking things like Sensodyne, the Colgates, all those things they have. It says on the bottle, it says, warning, if you swallow more than a toothpaste size of this toothpaste, call the Poison Control Board. It is. It's a poison. Got it? So that's only going to be absorbed through your gums. It's going to end up in your body somewhere. And the body's like, I don't even know what this is. And then it starts to get into, messing with the memory. Also, liver detox. Okay, liver. These are herbs that I recommend that deal with memory, but also they clean the liver. And if I go in this order, the first that I would mention would be Bacopa. Not to diagnose, treat, cure, prevent any disease, just food for the soul. That would be Bacopa. Bacopa. That is the most dynamic of the what's called aquatics. Aquatics means that it grows both in land and ocean. And that means that when it grows in either way, it has an incredible dynamic. And when you take Bacopa has the ability for you to transfer your thinking process from left to right hemisphere. That means creativity to logic. It's an incredible herb. And with this, has the ability to go from left to right hemisphere, has the ability for recall. It helps you with your recall. So you're saying, what was I doing?
Can you spell it again?
Bacopa. B-A-C as in Charlie, O, P as in Paul, A. Bacopa. Okay, Bacopa is an excellent, and we see we give that for heavy thinking, people who have to process a lot of information, engineers, scientists, people who are doing a lot of brain work. That's what we give students when they're in their exams. You say, crank up the Bacopa. This week I got to crank up the Bacopa because I'm having an exam this week. I do that for my son. Give him. There is a formula that you can buy that has a lot of this in there. I'm going to give that to you. But my second one would be called Go to Cola. Yes. Go to Cola.
Go to Cola.
Go to Cola. Very good. Go
That's
to
an herb. That's an herb.
Yep. Gotukola. 2 words. Yep. Go to Cola.
Would you spell that again, please?
Gotukola. Go to Cola.
Okay.
Yeah, not to be confused with cola nut, the cola nut, not that one. This is Go to Cola. Go to Cola actually cleans the liver. That's what was used when it cleans the liver, it cleans the skin. So they used Go to Cola in ancient times for things like leprosy. That's what they use for leprosy, and it cleans out the skin because it cleans the boils off the body. All right? Okay. All right. Now, there are other herbs that can be used for that. But I have a formula that I send people to try, and that would be called Mind Care. It's called Mind Care.
I already put in the chat box a little while ago.
Okay,
yep, it's already there.
Yeah, Mind Care is a good one.
Okay.
And Mind Care is a combination. Himalayan. It's from a company called Himalayan. Okay. And if I can break down this now, sometimes the person may not need all of the things that are in there. It's a very well balanced formula, though. It's very well. I can say that, you know, when people have issues with memory, stress, anxiety, issues with focus, attention deficit disorder issues, if they may already be trying to transfer over from things like you know, some level of psychotropics that they may be taking, this is the one that people have been taking, and they've been seeing a lot of good success. Got it?
Okay.
A lot of issues because it's non-GMOs, it's no gluten, all that soy, nothing like that, no dairy, nothing like that. And it is very, very good as far as what you can use it for, helping you just get yourself back in order. You know what I mean?
So, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
So should I just take one thing like the Biocopa, or?
I would say start with the Bacopa. Yeah, Bacopa is just one of those that really goes well.
But you said you for the mind care that I could order that from you.
No, any herbal store. You can order it online or any herbal store.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Does that come in a tea, Dr. Paul?
Not that I know of. I haven't seen it in it. Yeah, I only see it in a capsule form.
Okay.
But yeah. But all those things are good. See, the one thing you got to remember: anything that cleans the liver is going to clean the brain. You got it? Because the brain is connected to the liver. That's the you know, laws of complementary pairs, which means you're connected to your last system that runs your brain. It's like a battery pack for your brain is your liver. So with that, that's why we call the liver the organ of the emotions. So it's tied to that, but it also fuels that. So when somebody was in the hospital and they say they had multiple system failures, you can guarantee the last thing to shut down was the liver. That's it. Because that means it's connected to the brain. Got it? So when you start to clean and get rid of drama, trauma, you know, sibling rivalries, you know, anything that's going on that's been traumatizing for somebody, you got to start with their liver. Got it? It takes away the stress, helps the body to release that fear, anger, you know, resentment, unforgiveness, all those things. Got it? Very, very important. So also at the same time, I would say to get your memory, there is also the coconut oil with MCT. Coconut oil with MCT. MCT is medium chain triglycerides. That's what it stands for. And it's very high in coconut oil. And sometimes you can buy the coconut oil with additional MCT. Got it? And that's shown a lot of progress with memory, Alzheimer's. There's a lot of studies that are done with that. And they've given them, you know, the patients or the study, you know, control studies where they give them, you know, and they put just a little bit of the coconut oil in their cereal in the morning. Got it? And they do it over a period of a couple of months. And the person starts to recall short-term memory. They're like, hey, I remember stuff now. Hey, you owe me money. You know?
Dr. Paul, is there any truth to, I've heard that some high blood pressure medicine can cause dementia.
Absolutely. You know, I believe that. Absolutely. Because remember, any medications are suppressive therapy. Any suppressive therapy is not going to give you any alkalinity. Anything in the body that's not alkalized is dead. So it's only going to suppress the symptoms and keep you at bay for a little while. But anything that's acidic is going to cause acidosis, which initially is an energy stealer. So you can't possibly get well when something is constantly taking energy from you. Got it? That's why allopathic industry will never be able to correct the problem. They're always going to suppress the symptoms, you know. But that's the philosophy of the allopathic system. It's going to suppress symptoms, you know. Make you don't treat this, you know, Treat the symptom, not the problem. You know, make you sick. I'm gonna make you sick before I make you well. I'm gonna lie to the body.
Yep.
You know, feed you the toxicity to make your body think that it's so sick that it automatically raises its immune system. That's what a shot is. Got it? It's faking the body out. You're lying. You're lying. That's it. You're lying.
So what can you do to get off of high blood pressure medicine, high cholesterol?
Well, you got to find out what your triggers are. You know, there's a lot of different triggers that can be causing it. You know, some can be endothelial issues, which is the vessels. Got it? Some of the vessels are not moving, and that's why you get an ACE inhibitor. That's why they give you an ACE inhibitor. Some of them are triggered by stress. You know, that's where you have the beta blockers. You know, so that stops the adrenals from firing off because you're hyped up. And then there's some that have plaque buildup. You got plaque buildup in the arteries and veins. That's because of oil. Too much oils. The body does not eat oil. Stay away from the oil. The liver says, "Why are you giving me oil? I don't need no oil."
You mean cooking? You mean cooking oil?
I don't need no oil
at all.
No, at all. I don't need none of it. It gunks up me like a car that has oil that's never been changed.
Even
it gunks up.
Even a grapeseed oil?
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying I'm comparing it now to the liver saying I don't need no oil at all. It's not a function and something that I need. It's gunking me up. But if you use it, you can use a better quality, better, you know, that's better that you can work with. But as when it comes down to it, the liver's like, I don't need any of it at all. All right, Prophet is giving me the hand. All right, we got Jackie. Last one, Jackie.
Jackie, the last one.
Yes,
Jackie,
yes,
the last
yes.
one.
All right, three quick ones. What is hazelnuts good for? Are hazelnuts good?
I'm sorry to tell you.
Oh, Lord.
Hazelnuts are just for Hazel.
That's a big video right there. Yes, hazelnuts fall on the same side with walnuts.
Yes.
Brazil nuts.
I love walnuts.
And pecans.
Yeah, I
Yep,
thought
they
were all
fall
good
on the
for you.
center. They are. They're good for the brain, but if you got an acid problem, not for you. They're good for memory. They're good for brain. They're good for proteins. But if you have an acid problem, like inflammation, arthritis, those aren't the nuts for you. You want to mix nuts. See, remember, it's 4 to 1. For every 4 alkaline, you can have 1 acid. So you would mix it with things like pumpkin seeds. You can grab it with almonds. You can use cashews. See, those are on the alkaline side. And then you mix it with things like the Brazil nuts or something like that. That's why you find mixed nuts. That's why they do that. Because you can't take too much of them because it's going to throw your pH off.
So the
What
cashews
about
are okay.
pistachios? Are pistachios okay?
Pistachios, yeah, because the pistachios can be on that good side. Yes, on the good side. Yeah.
Okay. How do you take oregano oil, on an empty stomach or with food?
For someone who's never experienced it, with food. if you are somebody who
Buck up and take it by itself. Come on.
But some people can't take it because it's a rough piece, and some people when they take it, they just immediately. See, people, let's dispel this. Let's dispel this right now. When you take herbs and it makes you throw up, everybody listening, right? If you take herbs or something and you throw up, the first thing people do is call me and say, "Doc, I ain't taking that no more. I threw up like crazy." I said, that means you were that toxic.
Yes.
That's what it means. And that was what you were supposed to do. That's what the herb said. All right, we're going to go in there and get him, but you got to be ready. I'm going to grab this boy and bring him on out. See, they give them no option. When it deals with alkalinity of these herbs, they going in, they're going to sit in that stomach and grab and bind right to that poison and pull it right out of you. And what's the quickest way to purge it out of you? Throw it up.
Throw it up.
Yeah, throw it up. But you can think, just all you got to do is think about it. When you do that, don't you feel $1 million later? You be like, boy, that was something. You just like you felt like you went through something. And even it becomes almost like a reflex. You know, when you start to throw up, you get that hump in your back, like, yeah. That's because if you had a choice, you wouldn't do it.
I know.
So the body says, "I'm gonna make it a reflex, and I'm gonna get it out of you," and that's when it comes out. So keep that in mind when you take herbs. It will make you throw up. Now, I said that about the oregano because some people are not expecting that. They're not expecting it. They're like, "All right, I'm just gonna take this herb," and then they go, "Oh, wait a minute, I gotta go upstairs," and then and it's too shocking. So give them food. Start off with food, and then you walk.
I'm used to it. I have it.
Okay.
I've had it for a while, but
just keep
I
in
need to
mind.
know, am I taking it right? Since I'm used to it, I am. So is it okay to take it on the
Sure, if you can take it, but remember, always drink plenty of water. Got it? And when you throw up, this is another thing, when people throw up, you should start to replenish yourself with a good green drink right after that. Got it? That's what you should, because you just threw everything up. So you need to grab a green drink or something to rejuvenate yourself. That will help you. Help you recover a lot faster. Okay,
one last question. Is it okay to put the store-bought hydrogen peroxide in your tub water, like if you think you have a problem with mold or whatever? Is it okay to put that hydrogen peroxide in your bath water or no?
Oh, you talking about to bathe in this, you mean?
Yeah.
I would. What are you trying to do? What are you trying to achieve with that? With the hydrogen peroxide, because hydrogen peroxide is good for a lot of things, but you got to be careful with hydrogen peroxide. I tell people to be careful with hydrogen peroxide, period, because it's alkalizing and it's a disinfectant. It does all those things. It deals with cuts, wounds, things like that. But why would you be putting it in your bathtub?
Yeah. Like you say, but just like a disinfect or something like that.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. So are you saying this is something that you need to disinfect, like a wound or something? What are you saying?
Yeah, and like I heard sometimes we may have like exposure to mold or something,
What, on the skin, you mean? No,
like,
I wouldn't use peroxide on that level. I would use it for for cuts, scrapes, burns, things like that. Just like they used to use Big B in the MASH units, things like that.
Exactly.
Cleaning, it cleans mold. It stops mold from going airborne. You never pour bleach on mold, because if you pour bleach on mold, it actually makes it airborne. You just gave it wings. Got it? Don't do that. So that's why you would use something like hydrogen peroxide. Hydrogen peroxide would do that, and that will shut it down. I just would not use that for bathing. I wouldn't do it. I think it's too abrasive, too rough. Unless you had something really, you really got to have something. See, we'll use things like, if you feel like you have mold on your body or something, or you got parasites or something, you would use things like neem oil. You would use things like golden seal. You would use walnut. Things like that you can put, and you can make a powder form and put it as a paste on that certain area, or something to draw it out. Like we have the Dr. Christopher's black ointment. See, there's so many things that you can draw out with, and you can soak with the Himalayan salt. But I wouldn't be messing too much around with that peroxide. See, peroxide can be, it can work against you if you don't use it right. And that's why some people are getting, hydrogen peroxide. They're drinking it, and then they're taking it as a detox for cancer. A lot of stuff, but there's a protocol for that. That's too much. You don't need to do all that. That's very extreme, and if you don't know what you're doing, you can mess yourself up. So be careful. All right?
Thank you.
All right. It's time to go.
Yes,
it's
sir.
time.
Yes, sir.
Give yourselves a hand, y'all. Put your hands together for the family.
Good night.
Bill said good night. Good night.
No, I'm saying it's a good night, not good night.
Yes,
it's a good night.
All right. So I want to say to everyone, thank you so much. It has truly been a pleasure. We want to thank El Hagan. Put your hands together for El Hagan over there. You know, we had a great time, and if you can join him for that event that's going to take place both Saturday and Sunday, I think, El, you need to do that every weekend, man. You need to do that every weekend because folks can, you know, plan their family and bring the family out for an incredible day where you can sit and learn something because you never know. We might have to go back out to these woods, y'all.
Really never know. That's right, guys. That's exactly what it is.
And I want to give a shout out for my two folks that I could not put this together with. That's Prophetess over there. Prophetess, thank you, fingers. Already gone. She already gone, ain't she? She gone already. She out the door. She gone. She
bounced it.
She bounced already. She like, I ain't time for y'all. And then, of course, my main man, and I'm so glad he's back, y'all. Give him another round of applause. That's Big B, Bill Morgan. All right. And I want to say, if you want to get tonight's chat, just ring it on over to Big old B over there. Big B, tell them how they can get the chat from you.
That's right, guys. Make sure you send me an email at meccavideo@gmail.com. That's meccavideo@gmail.com. And to continue to support the family tree, listen, use Dr. Paul's Cash App. That's $ Dr. Paul Hop, $ Dr. Paul Hop, or use his Zelle account, Dr. Paul at drpaulfurz.com. Make sure, because guess what? Without that, you can't keep getting all the good stuff. We want to make sure you get it.
All right. All right, thank you, Big B. And yes, continue to support us, family, because now that we back up and rolling, Big B is over there going to start to put these things on the Dr. Paul Holistic Health Network. If you're not a part of it, please sign up and get on that page because you get all the shows and everything for free. It's basically a, you know, you can go get all the past shows, you know, and actually go up there and share it with some people that you know. We may have covered a topic that may save somebody's life. You never know. Right. So go to that. You'll get all the WURD shows and also the family tree. And Big B over there puts all of it together. He edits that stuff down, makes it available. So support us if you can. If not, don't worry about it. We just say it always in the spirit. We're going to be a blessing no matter what. Because when, you know, we say when you're breathing,
you got a shot.
All right. So, yes.
Joanne asked the question for the P.O. Box. That's 191. Mullica Hill, New Jersey, 08062. Okay? That's P.O. Box 191, Mullica Hill, New Jersey, 08062.
All right, y'all. We're going to let's dance it out, y'all. You see, dance. Can y'all out the y'all did last? Go ahead, Marcy. Start.
Hey. All in color.
Come on, y'all. Come on. Stop looking. Oh, my grandma said, stop looking like a bump on a log. Hey. All right, go, y'all. I see you, James and Brenda over there. Go ahead, Denise. Come on, Karen. You gotta get. Oh, come on. All right, good. Tap it out. Tap it out. Good, and breathe. Don't stop breathing. Breathe. Bless you. Breathe. Come on down. All right, Paula, you all right over there? Come on down. To the chin. Good. Breathe. Good. Come on down. Right under here. Y'all remember this one? K27 right here. That's the kidneys right there. Tap. Remember that, Denise? Remember that? Good. All right, come on down. Right behind the head. That's your breastplate right there. That's the thymus. Good. That's one for cancer. Anybody got cancer? That's their move right there. Helps to activate that. Come on down to the left and the right. What's on the left and the right? What's on the right side? Liver and the gallbladder. The other left. What's the other left on that one? What's on that left side? Good. That's good. All right. So breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and out. Good. And in and out. Breathe in and out. All right. And out. Good. One more. In and out. All right. Clap, 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 clap. Now rub. Here we go. Rub them together. Rub them. Rub, rub. Get that heat going, y'all. Get that heat going. That's energy right there, right? Nobody's energy but yours. Get it going. Get it going. Good. Rub it in. Rub it. Get it. Now stop and rub it down. There you go. Don't touch yourself now. I know you feel it though, right? I know you feel it. Good. I know you want to touch yourself. Don't touch yourself yet. No matter how tempted you are, don't touch yourself. All right. Good. Good. This is called the energy bath. Energy bath. Wow. Breathe. Breathe. Come on. Pick it up. 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 Good. 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 Rub it down. Rub it down all over. You may have an area of aches and pains. You do that, put it over your knees, put it over your joints, your shoulders. Start to pull that energy. Puts more energy in that area. There you go. There you go. Good. Good. That's how you give somebody else your energy. You got somebody in the hospital, take them your energy. You like this. You put it on them. Yeah. Got it? All right. Clap, 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 clap. Then rub, 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 and stop. Feel that top? Feel that top? Feel it? Some of y'all really feeling it now. It's been some weeks, but you're feeling it now. You rub that top one, leave the bottom one still. You feel that little ball in there? Yeah, there you go. Take that last one, put it all over you. God bless y'all. May God keep y'all, is my prayer. And thank you for tuning in to the family tree. God love y'all. Love you now. God. All right, see y'all.
Good night, Dr. Paul.
See y'all. See y'all. All right, Rosetta, I see you. Hey, Frank. All right, Karen.
Thank you.
All right, Frank, to call him.
Yeah.
Marcy, Big B. All right, Margaret, I ain't see you tonight, Margaret. I don't know where Margaret. Come on, dance it out. Dance it out. Dance it out. Y'all funny.
All right, Karen, good seeing you, man.
This Kamara, what you doing, Kamara? You babysitting? You babysitting, Kamara, babysitting.
I was in 2 meetings at once.
She was in 2 meetings at once. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. All right, we're gonna end the meeting now. We're gonna count down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Goodbye. Good night. Good night, John boy. Little B. God bless y'all.
See you later, Mark. See you, babe. Good night, Mella. Good night. Yeah. Good night. Marcy